It's a 6-minute video, and it's called "Why Are Video Games No Longer Fun?" Yeah, I'm actually curious, especially in the context of what we've been talking about. Here we go.
Are video games still fun?
No. I hate video games. They're not fun. They're for nerds.
I don't mean that in the sense of like, is GTA 5 a fun game? It objectively is. Going in as Trevor and going on a rampage still gives me a small rush of serotonin. But now the game's been out for 7 years.
Yeah.
And a rampage just isn't as fun as it used to be. And I Alt F4 and go back to do something else. That's where I think the main problem is. Not as fun as it used to be. One of my best friends told me on Discord the other day he was taking a break from Discord and his PC as he found it boring and wouldn't be online as much.
That's sad.
At first I was wondering what he meant. Then I started to think about what he said, and I ended up agreeing. Let me give you an idea of what he meant.
Okay.
How often have you finished school or work and you go and sit by your PC or console and were so ready to have some fun, and then you just sit there for hours waiting for something to happen?
I do that a lot of times. Like, I'm gonna go to, like, I was gonna watch Netflix or something like that, and then I just fall asleep on the futon. I mean, that happens pretty regularly. Yeah, fuck. I do that and read Reddit, yeah.
You have games to play, and they're good games. They're just not fun anymore. I sit here most days looking at my desktop with hundreds of games on it, and I spend most of my time just on Chrome, watching Netflix or YouTube. And I don't know why. I want to play these games, and sometimes I even open them, but I never make it further than an hour before I get bored and go back to endlessly scrolling on TikTok. So.
Well, it's probably, I think a lot of it might be like psychology. It's that, like, these movies and, TikTok and Twitter, they're designed to stimulate your mind at a much higher rate than video games are. So, like, they're not really addicted. You become, like, addicted to the, like, mental stimulation pace. And I think that's why TikTok is something really popular. Now, I don't know if that's true. I'd have to ask Dr. K about that. But because he would know. I don't know. But, like, that's just a guess that I'm making.
I've been rambling about things not being fun. So, what is fun? Fun is a very subjective term.
No, it's not.
Ask 50 people what they find fun, and you'll get 50 different answers. One may say roller coasters.
Nope, not fun.
Another may say getting pegged in the arse. It's very subjective. But I'll throw my 2 cents in, because this is my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And my opinion is the only opinion that truly matters around here.
Exactly.
Something is fun when you want to relive the moment again. This can be in the form of nostalgia, or just going to bed with a grin on your face. I remember a few years ago.
That's an interesting way to define it.
Spend hours playing Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
But not the actual game. We played the
like
man
that.
versus machine mode. I used to play it on a MacBook, and we could only play one map because that was the only one that would load on Apple products. It got so bad one night that we played it all night until the sun came up the next day.
Bro, I never could get into this game. I feel like for me, what's fun to me is fulfilling. I feel like I'm doing something with my time that I'm glad to be doing it. Like, I'm happy that I'm doing something with my time. Like, it's fun and fulfillment are, in a lot of times for me, synonymous.
My dad was furious, but I didn't care.
Fuck.
I had fun. Pure, childlike, unadulterated fun. That was a good night. I wish I could live that night again, because life was easier then. I didn't really care about anything at that point.
I think that is a factor. Is like whenever you get older, it's harder to like have that same level of investment in video games because it just doesn't feel the same or anything like that. It's just like, okay, well, you're just kind of chilling, and that's about it. Yeah, it's like you're older, you've got like a million other things going wrong, and it just fucking sucks. You know, you just it's like you're thinking about like you play the video game and you're thinking about like taxes, right? You play the video game and you're thinking about like like the value of your home is going down, or you're thinking about like the stock market. How many of you guys lost money in the stock market recently with the recession happening? How many of you guys lost money? Me? I lost a lot of money. I did. I lost about 20K. Man, I wish that's as much as I lost. I really do. Oh, man. It was, don't have any money to lose? Yep, there it is. You just bury that shit in the backyard. I'm down bad. It's brutal, man. Dude, you need to talk to me. How much did I lose? Over $150,000 in a month. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. That's not too bad. Yeah. I mean, it could be a lot worse, right, guys? I mean, shit, it could be a lot worse. That bad, huh? Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, who gives a fuck? The thing is, guys, I live on like $2,000 a month. Like, actually, it might be $3 now because I paid for the honing stream. Yeah, it'd be maybe three and a half. But yeah, it's whatever. It's not that
Nostalgia
bad.
is such a double-edged sword when you get older. On the one hand, it reminds you of good times in the past that you look back on fondly. But on the other hand, it reminds you of good times in the past, and it makes you sad, because you can't have those times again.
Yeah, I always feel, I think about that a lot. I get like depressed, right? Thinking about, man, like my life whenever I was like, let's say 14 or 16 or 17 or like 21 was like so much better than like my life is now, right? I mean, like if I could go in a time machine, I would do immediately, right? And it's just, it sucks, man. Like Palmer with the 5 gifted subs, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just, it's fucking sad. Got midlife crisis at 25. I remember, like, I don't really... What's weird about it is, like, I don't really get sad about it anymore. Like, I don't really get sad about it anymore because it happened and it was so good for so long. It was good forever, man. Yeah, I don't get sad about it anymore or, like, miss it really that much anymore because it's just that it's like, yeah, I've accepted this. It is what it is. It's hard to do that, but, I've tried my best.
Not saying that there can't be any good times in games nowadays.
There can be.
Me and my friends discovered a game called The Forest a while back, and the whimsy came back. We had the biggest smiles on our faces for days. Building huge bases, fighting off gruesome cannibals, and just generally being idiots.
No, I think that's true. Like, I've had a few games that did that for me. I remember Final Fantasy was great. I'm still enjoying Lost Ark. Like, there's a few other ones, too, that Rust, like, dude, whenever Rust came out and I played on that Screamer server, man, I had so much fun. It was awesome. Valheim was another one for me. Yeah, it was crazy.
If you want a game to play with your friends, I highly suggest playing The Forest. It's the most fun I've had with my friends in a long time.
Are those nooses?
But it's still got stale, and now we almost never touch the game, except from when we all say we should play it again.
Yeah.
We play it for a day straight and then never again, because it doesn't bring back the memories we used to have about the game. And that's what the problem is with modern day video games. They don't leave a good enough memory. This is the problem I have with Pokemon. Every time a new Pokemon game would come out, I would buy it. I would never know why, because some of the recent ones aren't even that good. I've recently realised it's because I'm trying to bring back those memories of Diamond and Pearl that I had on my DS as a kid.
See, like, I'm older than this guy, right? I remember whenever I had the original fucking Game Boy, the brick, and I had fucking Pokemon Blue. I had the first one, man. And it was so great. It was amazing. But it's just that, like, to me, I don't know. It's like, I don't really... I don't know. Like, I'm not really trying to relive that again. Like, I'm actually, for me, like, I'm waiting on the next, like, the next grand adventure, the next unknown frontier. Because, like, I don't want to go back and do something that I already did before. I want something new. I want something that I can once again be a novice in.
Not knowing anything about type weaknesses or strategy, and just solely training my starter to a monstrously high level, beating all enemy Pokemon in one hit. But none of them can do that. There's also the fact that we change as people over time.
True.
Games will always be just lines of code made by companies who just want to make a profit.
True.
But it's the players that change too. I know that's a cringe thing to say, but it is true. I'm not who I was when I was 12 playing TF2 till sunrise.
I pretty
I'm a
much
much
am.
older, wiser person.
No.
We can't bring back those fun
Can't
memories
relate.
because we aren't the same people. It would be lying to say that I'm happier now than I was when I was a kid, playing Overwatch in 2016 with Lewis, raging when we lost and screaming when we won. Video games have provided people with some of the happiest memories.
I think one thing, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, like, one thing that really affected me is, like, it's like the contextualization of time. Because whenever you're a kid and you're playing video games, you never really think about, like, how long is this going to happen? You just always assume it's going to be forever. You never think that, like, oh, there's going to be end in sight. Like, oh, it's not going to be like this at some point. You know, whenever you're a kid, you're like, man, I'm going to just, you know, play video games with the boys, and we just do that for the indefinite future, right? And that's it. That's all it's going to be. And, like, sometimes, like, whenever I was young, I would remember, it's like, this might not always be the case. And it's like, you know, whatever, right? It's like, oh, we can enjoy it now. And we did. But it's like you don't really think about it. I don't think you're old enough to really know what it's like to have it not happen anymore. You know what I mean?
Anyone could ever ask for. But they've not been able to fill the same place that they used to. That's why I think video games just aren't that fun anymore.
Yeah, I can see that. I think this was pretty good. I think it's a mix of a personal reason and also a game reason. Yeah, it's a depressing video. I mean, I could see why people would say that. Sounds like he's depressed. Yeah, here you guys go. You guys can give him a little bit of support. I mean, I think that videos that talk about this stuff are important. I like them a lot. It's getting old. Yeah, it's a doomer video. I think that, you know what? Whenever I was watching, whenever I was playing Elden Ring, I was like, man, no, it's not me. I thought it was me. It's not me. It's the fun. Nope, it's the other games. Yep, Elden Ring, it's great. It's a great game. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, it's not. Nope. That's what happened with me. Is yeah, it's the other games. It's not me. You guys have that happen with like maybe another game or whatever? Yeah, I think so. And Elden Ring is the exception. Yeah, so it's not entirely just the game itself.